Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon reading in Gemini on the 4th of December. The last full moon of the year is taking us towards the winter solstice, which is the seasonal emblem of the return of the light. And this particular Gemini full moon, the ruling planet Mercury, is in the middle of its retrograde motion. It is now moving direct for the final time. That means it's passing for the third time over the late degrees of Scorpio and early Sagittarius. What is significant about this particular full moon is the process of the nature of our thought. And if we look at the card Gemini, the twins, we are balancing out our mind and our heart. This is intellect tempered with compassion. And I think that this leads specifically to the way in which we easily forgive others and not so easily forgive ourselves truly for our humanness. So there's a shift here between the standards and expectations you project onto others and those that you internalize as you center yourself in moving forward towards your goals and visions, understanding that it's like giving from a full cup. So this is a lot of the focus and is impacting the area of your life where you are sharing resources with others. I'm going to start by giving an oracle card, and I've pulled Finding Love. This is really about the way in which you sustain love, because this is re-emphasizing the 8th house, the area of your natural house connection, placement in the zodiac, and the way that love is sustained, not the way we find it or find the object of our love, but it's the way we build towards love in relationships. And thus, the idea of finding love is as much about creating love, establishing love, building trust, being there, being disciplined, being truly curious about the needs of others and factoring that into your considerations about the way that you manage resources, wealth, income, your finances. So I think this is, again, speaking to this subtle shift in the way that we think about our creative will, our freedom, our liberation with regards to our connections with others, so that the connection with others becomes based on the ability to be honest, to be communicative, to understand that the purpose of the kinds of partnerships and relationships you are in pursuit of now that support you are about finding those matches, finding those who similarly understand what is sustainable in relationships in order to complete some kind of work that there is an agreement about. I'm going to place this here. The beautiful seahorses are, I believe, one of those species that mates once in life. So I think this is speaking as much about the relationship with you, with yourself, that is the basis for all connections at this point in your life. And the overall energy for this reading is the Hermit card. And it's interesting because this is occurring to me as an expert. And The Hermit card absolutely relates to the sign of Virgo and thus its ruling planet. Mercury, again, putting an emphasis on expertise. We think of Mercury, Hermes, Thoth as messengers between realms, and there is an expertise, a strategy, a knowledge base in order to facilitate that, right? Moving from unconsciousness to consciousness, from mortality to immortality, from human experience to divine love. So there is a kind of expertise in your ability to find the answers, make the connections with others. So I like this energy very much. And underneath the deck, the Oracle of Wings is the Page of Swords. And again, swords are about communication. There's something coming through very clearly about the way you communicate your ideas, and writing is highlighted because handwriting in particular has a neurological impact on the healing process. So the motor action of the hands helps us formulate answers or questions, feelings, thoughts succinctly as it slows our brain down. And it also helps us discover or bring some closure or at least completeness to our thoughts, our questions, our feelings and emotions. And it helps us to address those feelings and emotions in a way that our ordinary activities, even as most of us spend perhaps unconscionable amount of time on computers reading and writing, it's not that kind of healing exercise. It's incomplete, it's fast communication, it's spotty and temporary, feels like, in a way that writing, handwriting, journaling does not. And this just doesn't have to do with journaling ultimately, but it also is focusing on journaling as a foundation for other creative or expressive writing, or some kind of even academic writing, the opportunity to empty our thoughts as we construct a piece of communication. In the present, the Six of Discs, this is the Six of Pentacles, and really is emphasizing again the idea of a contract, the idea of harmonizing our exchanges of energies with others. This indicates that you have sufficiently claimed your dreams, your potential, through your ability to recognize that as the start of building relationships that are trusting and balanced. This is about the ability to recognize that relationships exist on agreements, and those agreements can always be renegotiated as situations or circumstances change or goals are completed. This applies to intimate relationships as well as financial relationships. Love. Do we respect our partners, our siblings, our family members, all loved ones enough to be honest about what we expect and to hear what is offered back to us? To recognize that that can be negotiated respectfully, understanding that we're attempting to compromise on the needs of both members. So this is a very positive and successful indicator of the balance you're seeking, the harmony and equity you're seeking in your relationships actively. Like, this isn't just something that you connect with someone and shelve it, or it always functions eternally the same way. No, Here you are continuously noticing, caring for, nurturing the best of a relationship. In the past, the Three of Discs, the Three of Pentacles, talks about collaboration as a means through which you find and construct your individual expression. I really love this because there's such a beautiful intertwining of this idea that your thoughts prepare you for discovering something, prepare you for finding the truth, learning the truth, being open to the truth. And so this idea that collaboration is its own distinct process that is based on relationships that have a set of rules that is very different from the kind of top-down hierarchical chain of command that many of us have grown up understanding was a social expectation and still is the common example in most of our institutions. But here you're saying you've long gravitated towards this idea of collective action, endeavor, thought, organization, that you respect the contribution of all and anyone who has an idea to contribute or an effort to contribute. In the future, the moon. This moon card is particularly beautiful, with the Eye of Horus there in the middle and the beautiful sacred scarab beetle. This is really the fearlessness with which you plumb your subconscious, connect to a collective unconscious, and that you gain the lessons, the access to feelings, uncomfortable, painful feelings. You don't discriminate, but you plumb your fears. You look for the triggers. You look for the experiences that have set you up to resist some positive impact on things that evoke fear from you, a sense of unworthiness, not inadequacy, whatever it is, guilt, shame. This is stuff that comes from our coming of age, our childhood. This can come from past lives, but you are always open to reflection in whatever form that occurs. And that brings me back to writing as a form of reflection, a way of knowing your mind, knowing your thoughts, understanding and addressing your feelings, and that the deity of thought, the deities of thought, do not exclude feeling. They seek to understand their feelings, understand the wisdom of their bodies. If this is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like this video. Please share this with others if you feel inclined to do so. Subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Most of you understand that helps me stay in the space where I enjoy being. Thank you so much for your attention here in the present. I'm going to clarify these cards and then finish off with a crystal or with an oracle card. And the Three of Discs in the past is clarified by the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. I think I'm sensing that your willingness and ability, your facility really in working with relationships, exchanges of energies, really grounding those on the participation of others and creating a unique body of productivity through your teams, through your relationships or collaborations, is founded on this deep connection within you. This connection is preceded by this strengthened relationship with yourself, where you acknowledge your hopes and dreams, you pursue those, you understand that there is still untapped potential that you have every right to desire and claim. The Page of Pentacles is talking about your ability to do whatever it takes to be productive, to maximize this connection, to allow this deep connection with others that you share a fundamental goal with. And that goal has to do with creating something concrete, beautiful, resilient, and accessible to other people. You are willing to learn what needs to be learned. And this is already acknowledging the depth of your expertise, what you know. And this expertise is always, as so often the case with Scorpio, residing around creativity and knowledge, the acquisition of knowledge. In the present, the Six of Discs, the Six of Pentacles in the present is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. What a beautiful world you inhabit. I feel like you're really part of some kind of team or organizational effort that supports individuals and makes whatever privilege, abundance, or prosperity you've experienced available to other people. You're part of generating some kind of abundance, and that abundance can be safety, it can be protection, it can be access to education or tools or learning or programs that are put in place to help people that are vulnerable in some way. So I see you really opening yourself up to organizing at a pretty modest level, participating in an organization that serves others in this way, and where you as well are supported, seen, recognized, rewarded for your effort. In the future, the moon is clarified by the moon. Wow. And the Queen of Swords. So this is taking me back to the idea of your ruling planet, Scorpio, Pluto. And Pluto being this ability to plumb the depths, to go all the way down, to face into all the caverns, the crannies and nooks of your personal subconscious, all that is hidden, to follow that through in some way, as well as the ability to recognize that it requires oftentimes some real rock bottom experience or monstrous fear or monstrous dysfunction for us to go to that place, to recognize we need that, to listen to our bodies that can be telling us through ill health, disease, some kind of accident that something needs attention, something needs clearing, something needs cleansing. And so I think I see you in a position of sharing this information that you personally have excavated with others. This almost feels like a support group, a dream collective, a journaling group, a writing group, some way in which you collectively look at the opportunities and the obstacles to feeling authentically empowered, not grasping on to any of the tricks of positive thinking or uh, spa days. I don't know. I'm just pulling that out of my hat. But this is you understanding that the fount of your creativity comes from the deepest, darkest places within you. And that's where you also telegraph to others those collectively unacknowledged spaces, needs, desires that are all, I want to say, universally recognized, but that's a kind of loaded word, that are widely appreciated as reflecting on needs we all have. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, at least I think I am, and finish up with a card. And how funny that the guilt card came out, because that's a lot of what I think I see you approaching. And I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. But what comes to me is a picture of a group of individuals. It can be family, it can be a group of friends, where you feel yourself to be some kind of an outlier. I don't feel like you are marginalized from among this particular group, but I do feel that your success, and your success is purely defined by you, carries a sense of guilt, somehow that you made it through, somehow that you found your way in an environment that wasn't entirely supportive, or frankly just didn't know what to do with your energy or with you, that carries some kind of a charge around something like survivor's guilt. Now, this guilt can be any number of things. How we break away from habits and triggers that don't serve us. But I hope this is helpful in terms of recognizing that superpower you have to go beneath the surface, to revel in that, to face that courageously. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for this reading. There's more content here if you've enjoyed this. Thank you for your likes and subscribes, and until next time, namaste.